Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Day 1 account series. In this series I'm going to be going through the gameplay of a brand new account. And I will be skipping through most of the story just to progress a little bit faster. Okay, so this is just the basic tutorial. And so it gives you the basic mechanics of combat. So in the rear row we take half damage. And you can target enemies by clicking on them. As you can see, the front enemies had shields, so they had to be killed first before we could target the back row enemy. Basically, once our Dragon Gorge is full, we can use more powerful abilities with our weapons. And so it said that you can queue weapons as well, which means that they will be cast automatically in the queue in the order you could queue them. Okay, so skipping through the story again. Okay, so now we get to do a beginner gacha. The first gacha we get to do is a magic device gacha. There's not too much to be gained from this, but we'll see what we get. I'm planning to make this account a swordsman class as well, so there aren't too many good items to get from here. This one's a good stat stick though, so that's good for swordsman. Okay, so it just gets us to auto-equip. And equip support. So at the start of the game, you're basically going to want to grind as much story as you can. And I'm just going to be following Zoraos' 1k to 50k guide. Pretty much we're going to go through story as much as we can. Someone else already joined us. And we're going to level up our weapons, armors, and accessories quite evenly, as the number of resources you need to upgrade, the higher the level of your equipment goes, the more resources you need. So at the start, low level equipment it's easier to level up equipment evenly. So this is just showing us how to set our avatar. And I'll probably edit it more later. Okay, so move into the next part of the story. Okay, so it's going to tell us to upgrade some of our equipment. Okay, so let's see what we have at the moment. There should be a few gems, yeah, which we get from patch 2.0, which we can use to pull in the gacha. And there's also these global rewards, which everyone got from the Adventurers Guild quest, which is a server quest. And then we have some beginner quests to get done, as well as some dailies. Okay. So there's not much time left until reset, so I'm going to try and get the event quest done and see how many of daily gacha I can pull. So you get 5 free pulls daily, and some of the weapons are rainbow. I believe it goes up to the Burka series. Okay, so the starting gachas we have are the start dash gacha. Okay, so this has... looks like it's mixed between the classes. And this one's a ticket one. I don't know where we get tickets from exactly, but we'll find out later. The first one I'm going to pull on is the Swordsman gacha. And we'll be aiming for Adamante Buster, Glimmer, Shred, and Rogue Buster. Hopefully we get one of these. Let's have a go. Okay, it's pretty promising. I'll skip through it. Okay, so that's a good job. Heart Saber is good. Unfortunately we didn't get much else. So for now, I'll update our grid. Let's lock this too. And we have a bronze sword too, which is good for debuffing foes. So I'm going to make this a swordsman account. That's why I pulled the Dragonkin gacha here. So basically the Dragonkin gacha comes once a month or once every 4 weeks, and it has 6 previous banners featured, weapons for those banners featured for each class. So it's basically like the job gacha, except all the featured weapons are rainbows, and there is a 2x rate. So 4-star rates are 20%, which is really good. And another good thing is it's sometimes good, sometimes bad. They have the entire current weapon pool, which means you can even get new weapons too. Unfortunately, it just means the pool is a bit more diluted. Okay, so once we've done that, I'll just upgrade this with seeds since it has... okay, never mind, we don't have enough seeds. Okay, so that's fine. And I'm just going to do some searches, since these will count down. Though I should have done the searches on a different map. Okay, let's continue with the story. Yeah, we'll continue with story for now. And what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to get to 7,500 combat power. Because once we get to that combat power, we can do the job quests. So Heart basically gives a lot of damage buffs, meaning that our next attack, saw that Steel Blade did 500 plus damage, whereas before I think it would have done about 50 or 100. Actually, I can't remember, but it wouldn't have done as much damage. We can test it in the next battle. So yeah, I'm just going to continue with the story and see how far we can get before... yeah, it's a bunch of pop-ups. Keep getting these daily quests out of the way, there's not much time left. Okay, so we got these rewards too. So obviously you can choose to read through the story as well. I've already played through most of the story, that's why I'm skipping it. Okay, so it's telling us to upgrade this, which is not the best option, but we can't skip through it, so... Now, usually you wouldn't want to upgrade 2-star silver weapons, but since I'm just rushing through the story, we can't skip through that. Okay, so let's just test our steel blade damage. Okay, it's to 200. The heart buffed it to 500, so basically more than doubled it. If you want to skip that forced quest, where it forces you to upgrade a skill weapon, the skill level of a weapon, you can actually just, you can upgrade your combat power past a certain point and it'll give it to you for free. Anyway, we're just going to continue with the story. Oh, 2 misses, okay, it's unfortunate. Okay. This does medium damage, and this also does medium, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I probably should have used my steel blade there, since it does large damage, which is a higher multiplier than medium. Either way, the early chapters for story are quite easy to beat. And you should be able to beat most of the early chapters solo until you run into combat power lock. So basically the story chapters have a minimum combat power to attempt them, which kind of forces you to upgrade your combat power before you attempt higher levels. So I might just pause the recording here. Yeah, I'll pause the recording after this until I come back with a bit more combat power to show you my progress. Okay, so as you can see, I've accumulated another 250 crystals, which I'm about to use to pull on the Dragon King Gacha again. What I did was I got a few crystals from these missions, and I did a few more story chapters, and I also did a few of the early job quests, as they don't require much power. I think the power limit is... I guess there isn't a combat power limit, but basically the later levels have 7,500 plus, but for the first two they don't have one. So anyone can attempt them, and I basically did those just so I could get the event quest, daily quest done, which you have to complete 3 of them. So that was just to get another 6, rank 10,000. Okay, so let's go in and roll another Dragonkin Swordsman Gacha. Okay, so we're going to be going for the Adamancy Buster first again. It looks good. So these double banners basically means that it's a guaranteed, there's going to be at least one guaranteed 4-star. However, this could also mean that it's a purple instead of a rainbow. So let's see what we get. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's at least 8 3-stars, which is pretty good. Skip through, and alright, not bad, not bad. We got Train Sword, which is an extreme nuke, which is something we were missing, so this is quite valuable to us for now. Let's go ahead and lock that. Another thing I did is I upgraded my Harp Sword to level 50 using the red seeds that we got from the story. And you probably don't want to upgrade it straight, like your first few weapons straight to 50. It's better to actually level them evenly. As you can see, the seed price increases the higher the level you go. So I might just put this to 30 for now, as this will give me more of a increase in combat power if I spread the seeds out evenly between different weapons. So let's see, this one, upgrade this to 30 as well. And so we're at 3.2k. Let's upgrade this one to 29, sorry. And we'll leave it at that. And we can go ahead and equip that as well. Equip this. Okay, I'm just gonna check out the Fruit of Roots for now. And put in some water weapons. We'll just keep that one. Okay, so basically, because our main nuke, or our main damage dealing weapon is Train Sword, the more combat skill power we have of that same element, so water, the more damage it's going to do. So that's going to give a 7.5% multiplier to all damage of our water weapon, sorry. So that's why I've added another water weapon here. But for now, since I'm just adding the most powerful weapons we have, which are the 4-star ones, I'm just trying to boost power as much as I can at the start. So you can worry more about min-maxing gear and upgrading better weapons later on at the start of the game. If you want to progress a bit faster, it's better to just level up the strongest things you have, or the highest rarity weapons, because they have more power. And later on I'll also upgrade my gear. At the moment it's just 1-star gear, so it's not very useful. Okay, so I'll come back once I'm at 7.5k power. Okay, so I just got to rank 10 a little while ago, and that has allowed us to unlock fishing. So fishing, basically, when you catch different types of fish, you'll get bonus stats in the form of leaves. But you have to catch an S rank of each particular fish. Well, let's just go and have a look. Depending on your fishing level, there's a higher chance to get higher rank fish. And you also get stamps when you catch fish. Even if you fail to catch fish, you get a reduced amount of stamps. And the stamps can be used to also exchange for stat leaves, as well as other resources in the game. So when we raise our fishing rank, we can unlock more difficulties and lures and zones. And yeah, so once we raise the difficulty, we can catch better species. And with different lures and at different zones, we can catch different fish as well. And so there's also a guide down here, which shows us what we've caught. Okay, so what we want to do first is go to the right fishing zone. So the only one we can go to at the moment is Trading Post A. Once we get to fishing rank 5, we can go to the next one, but for now, let's just head back to the Trading Post. In the time that I paused recording, I basically went through and did the story quests for Chapter 2 and most of Jabari Forest story quests as well. Okay, so let's have a go at fishing. At the moment, we only have one difficulty unlocked, and we'll unlock level 2 when we get to fishing rank 2. So let's try. And these are the different lures we're going to unlock as well. So each lure allows you to catch fish, which I guess you can say drop leaves, which give different stats. So the standard lure will catch fish that have physical attack leaves. The Cutie lure, I think it was called, will get magic attack leaves from the fish. The metallic lure will get physical defense leaves from their fish, and the candy lure will get magic defense leaves from those fish. And also, no matter what lure you have a chance of catching fish that give health or HP leaves as well. So let's go in. Level 1's quite easy. Alright, what we're aiming for is to get onto the red zone. Okay, so we got fish bones. Cool. And we got to rank up right away. Okay, so let's go back to the zone. So the only thing we got was an increased difficulty. How about we continue on floor 1 for now? We unlocked a bunch of missions as well. We got a title, we got some free leaves, and we got a few Nekia medals. Okay, and this is our fishing rod quest. Basically, once we earn all these different stamps for the different quests, we'll upgrade our fishing rod, which makes it easier to catch fish on higher levels. So let's try level 1 again. So you can see how there's quite a large red area in the details. Red is 100% success rate, yellow is 75, and blue is 50. So obviously we want to get on red. Once we move up to level 2, and I'll show you just after this, the difficulty will increase, so the red zone will be smaller. However, the fish that we can catch will be better. So as you can see here, the red zones are a lot smaller now, and there's also a light blue zone, which is 25% success rate. Okay, so that was a bad one, but we were lucky. Okay, so you can see now we had a 2-star catch. Before it was just a 1-star. And we ranked up again. What did we get from that? We got a new lure. Since I'm a swordsman, I'm going to stay with the standard lure for now, since I only want to focus on getting physical attack leaves at the moment. Get all these quests too. Also, the first time you catch a fish using each lure, first 10 times, sorry, you get free stat leaves as well from that quest. Okay, so we got another fishing rod quest complete. Let's try fishing some more. Okay, so we got it on the red. And basically it's just a timing thing. Okay, so we got a foul fish, and as you can see we also get stamps and mastery. And I'll just show you in here, trade stamps. It shows you what we can trade for. So there's stat leaves, there's books of essence, which will, well, we haven't unlocked these yet. There's Nekia medals, seeds, skill gems, and pearls. So most people use these stamps to get stat leaves and sometimes exchange for pearls. There's also rainbow and purple accessories here, which have pretty good stats for different classes. So let's check the swordsman one. These ones have physical attack weighting, which means they're good for swordsman. But the passives aren't too good for offensive use, so you'd probably just use this in your support grids. Okay, and one of the reasons people like to exchange pearls, stamps for pearls, is that if we go back to the main shops, you can see that there's actually more stat leaves here, which you can only buy by exchanging pearls. So if you buy the correct pearls from the fishing shop, you can actually get these faster. However, if you have enough patience, you actually can get most of these pearls just through searches. So these searches here, so there's a search here. See, we got an earth pearl just there. Alright, so I'm going to finish up fishing here and push my power to 7.5k, and I'll be back after I do that. Okay, so a bit of time's passed, and I did a bit more story. I did a few more chapters, and changed fashion, And the current time, we have the red seed gorilla on. And this is a great place to get a good place to farm red seeds, which we can use to increase the levels of our weapons. So we can, once we get more red seeds, we can increase these more and increase our power as well. Just wanted to show you quickly, if we go to the regular quests, we actually have a few that we can get seed crystals relatively fast from. So first of all, you want to register an account, which you can do in the submenu here. You go account link, and then click on that and link an account. So it can be Google or Facebook or Crunchyroll. And some ones that we can do right now are change in voice, profile, and avatar. So let's go to our profile. We can edit here. Yeah, I'll just put that there for now. So that counts as editing it. And we will also edit our voice. So let's try over Yandere, I guess. And what was the last one? Change your avatar one time. So that means change in avatar here. I'm just going to make my hair blue. And we'll try for this cut. Okay, and there we go. 15 seed crystals right off the bat. Okay, and then we'll do some red crystal quests. So at the moment I can't do... Yeah, I can do only up to the 3rd level. And I'm going to be aiming to get the stamps done first. With these two, and then I'll just farm this one for the remaining amount of time to get as many red crystals as I possibly can. And you want to leave this off, so you want to do it in co-op, because other people with you will help clear the battle faster. Okay, so I'll pause the video now and be back later. Okay, so just to give you a general idea of what the red seed farming looks like, at the moment I've gotten another 20k or so seeds, and I cleared out all the stamps for these 3. I can't go to the last level yet as I need 30k power and I'm nowhere near there. But pretty much I've just been doing the advanced one. Now the first 3 levels you can actually use the auto repeat battle feature, which will give you 24 auto repeat rounds, so you can just set it and forget it. The only thing is, it's better to do this when you're a bit higher combat power, so you can actually clear them relatively fast, even on auto. I'm not quite at that yet, so I'm just starting and joining co-op rooms to get the battle done as fast as possible and to get as many red seeds as possible. Okay, so this is what the battle looks like. See, I've already joined one where most of them they're pretty much dead already. But basically it's just 2 Upa enemies, and once you defeat those, you get some red seed drops. So for the 3rd level, or the 2nd highest level, which I'm on at the moment, you get... Okay, so I got a rank up, which increases my stats and unlocks another equipment slot. And so yeah, you get 2.25 red seeds from each of these. So after 10 you'll have about 22k, and you can just keep farming these repeatedly for the entire hour that the red seed event is out. So that it runs in 1 hour windows, 3 times during a day. Depending on which time zone you're in, it's at different times. So you'll have to check the event. Actually, I can show you how to check it again. So to check what time Gorilla is on for you, you can go to Events tab here, then click Gorilla, and you will see what time the red seed is on. And there's also the extra battle, which I might do another day. I might not try it today. But yeah, I'll be doing the red seed for today. And then upgrade my power. And once I have 7,500 power, I will do the swordsman job quests to get some of the core weapons, the core non-rainbow weapons, and then I'll do a bit more dragonkin pulls with the sea crystals I get. So the reason I'm not actually doing the start dash gacha is because I already know that I want to focus this account as a swordsman, just because it's kind of fun to play. And this has the weapons from all classes. Also, the start dash gacha only goes up to Belial, which is one of the earlier banners. So it doesn't actually have many of the newer weapons in the pool, whereas Dragonkin has everything up to the current banners. And Dragonkin's only on for the rest of this week, so 5 days, so I want to pull as much as I can from here. And I might consider pulling some of the start dash gacha just to get a 1500 Nekia point pity if there's any weapon that I miss out on later. So probably the only weapon I'd want to pity would be Cursed or Folio, because you can get them for relatively cheap from this pity. And I'd be hoping to get some extreme, one of the extreme swords in here too. The only problem is it's quite diluted since it has weapons from all the classes, so yeah, it's not, I wouldn't recommend pulling this initially unless you have no idea what class you want to play. Yeah, I'd recommend the Dragonkin over it. Okay, so yeah, I'll go back to farming and unpause once we're at 7.5k. Okay, so red seed just finished, and I've accumulated a few red seeds. Before I upgrade any weapons, I'm going to pull one more time on the Dragonkin gacha, just to make sure if I get any of these good weapons, then I want to upgrade those first instead of just random ones. So let's see. Okay, so we got a guaranteed 4-star, which is good. Hopefully it's some rainbows. Nice. Okay, that's really good. That's 8 possible rainbow drops. And I'll skip through this. Wow. Okay, this is really nice. Okay, that's great. So I got Elmira, which is a fire extreme sword, and Frizanti, which is a K extender dual blade. And it's also water element, which is great for me because this account already has a few water element swords. So that was a really great pull actually. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade some of these. So I'll upgrade Frizanti straight to 50. Just lock that for now. Probably just upgrade this as well. Straight to 52. Okay, so once I equip both of these, I should have enough power to do the job coaching quests. Get rid of that. And we can get rid of our free for now. So this grid looks really whack. There's no back weapons at the moment, but that doesn't matter because we have enough power to do the quests now. So I'll update the grid later once I've actually gotten the quest rewards from the job coaching quests, because there's some pretty important weapons that you want to get from these, especially for swordsmen. So this axe is really good. I talk a bit more about some of the weapons here in the swordsman job coaching video I made. But yeah, there's some really important rewards that we want to get from 3, 4, and 5. And so yeah, I'm gonna do those now, and I'll come back and show you my grid after I've done these quests, and that will probably end episode 1 for today. And we're back. So as you can see, I have Rainbow Crown here for the swordsman job coaching quest, which means I have completed all of them. And using the weapons that I got from there, I've updated my weapon grid, and we have quite a nice water grid going here. We've got our harp for our buff, our axe to get rid of the buff and buff ourselves up, and buff our 2 water element dual blades. Frizzante actually has a magic damage buff as well, which means when we use Frizzante and then Water Stiletto, it will also do more damage. We have Bronze for physical debuff. Embers here just as a stat stick, and our Stone Edge is to extend our Harp in case we need, well, to do more damage, and also in case we need a backline. But yeah, I could swap one of these 3 weapons out at the bottom for another backline, depending on the battle. But yeah, so we're at 10k power now, which is not too bad for, what's that, about 2 hours of playtime. We can now, we have enough combat power to go into some of the early grand battles. And that's probably something I'll leave for the next episode. So there we have it. That's the first episode done for our day 1 account. Thank you for watching.